Okay, so for this one it says consider the piecewise function, and then they have the graph. Over which interval does the graph appear to have an exponential function? So let's talk about that for a second. I'm just going to graph these in case you guys aren't 100% familiar with what different functions are. So let me pull up my little screen here. This is the calculator. I'm just going to graph three different types of functions. There are three functions used here. The parent functions are y equals x. That's like the mx plus b. The other function is an x squared. Well, let me do them one at a time so we can get the screenshot. So this is a linear function, and in fact, just to kind of prove to you, I'm going to make that a negative x. So let's do this and then graph it. So that's kind of, it's a linear function. So whenever you see a straight line, that's mx plus b. And so if I hit trace, oops, I get a shot like that. So let's take that screenshot, and then we're going to compare them. So this is linear. The next function that we have on the graph is a quadratic. So that would be x squared. And when I graph that, that looks like this. And again, that's just the simplest form of a quadratic. That's the parent function of a quadratic. So let's take a screenshot of that. And then we'll compare all these. And then lastly, let's take a look at an actual exponential function. So if I clear this out now, an exponential function can be a constant, or not it could be a number raised to the power of x. So I'm just going to say 2. 2 raised to the power of x. And so when I graph that, it'll look like that. And so that is an exponential. So anyways, let me take a screenshot of that. All right, so let's talk about this. The question was, which one is an exponential? So we've got 3 parts to this graph, and we'll compare them in a second, but this one is a linear, right? That looks like y equals mx plus b. The next one is quadratic, right? So this is quadratic, second degree polynomial. And that looks like y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And then this last one is the one that we're really interested. This is the exponential. And so that looks like y equals a to the x plus b. okay? Or some variation of that. And so what we're looking for in our parent function, as you could see, like this part here, from here to here, is the linear part. This part from here to here, that's the quadratic. And then from here to here, you can see that that is the exponential. So we're putting all of them together in the piecewise function, but it says, what is the domain? Well, the domain is the x value. So this looks like it starts at x equals 1 and then continues on this way. All right. So then our answer would be C. Now, I know I went the long way. I mean, I could have just thrown up a graph of an exponential, but sometimes you guys need the help to see how the pieces fit together, because on the SAT, it might be which one is the quadratic, what's the domain for the linear portion of this. So I wanted you to see all of them, okay? And review all of them.